Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Starsector. We are currently on a very good anti-pirating run. We have picked up 2 new additions to our fleet, a Hound D-Class Standard Combat Freighter, which we probably won't be keeping, but can still sell for a tidy profit, and a Buffalo Mark II class support destroyer. I'm very excited about that. We picked that up in the last episode. It is an amazing capture. I'm quite looking forward to getting a chance to use it. However, we won't be using it in this fight. We're just quickly picking up a last group of pirate raiders before we head home to refit and repair. So we've got a Cerberus D-Class Standard Combat Freighter, 2 Lasher D-Class Close Support Frigates, one of them with the amazing name of Anne Bonny's Rocket, and another Cerberus D-Class Standard Combat Freighter. So this should be a nice easy fight. We're a little bit low on combat readiness due to being overextended in terms of crew, but I don't think that's going to cause us a problem. Now, we're just going to take in 2 ships. We are using up a lot of supplies because we've got ships to repair and stuff, so I don't want to go mad, and I don't see the need for our standard combat freighter. There's no reason to put it at risk. So we'll just take in our 2 ships, and I'm not even going to issue an order to them. This is a simple fight. Unless I do something very stupid, we should be alright. So, here we go. We've got targets coming at us already. Wow, coming right at us there. See, they are taking damage. Wow, this is going to be a quick fight for this person. Turn around and engage someone else then. If I can get close enough to put a few missiles in them, that would also help. Ooh, missed with everything there. Our flux is creeping up. Ooh, come on. They're taking a lot of damage here. We can just keep up the pressure for a little bit longer. Oh, god damn it. We were so close there. Can I please just finish them off? That would be lovely. There we go. Okay, right. Vent our flux. Oh, man. Every episode I'm like, I will watch my flux more carefully. I will be better. But no, I was still very eager on the whole finishing them off. They were so close. How are we doing over here? You doing okay? You're doing fine. I'm actually surprised. Ooh, maybe not as fine as you could be. You look like you're trying to run for it. Oh, you're very nearly dead. I'm surprised they haven't already killed you, to be honest. Oh, come on. There we go. And that last ship is probably just trying to run for it. Very long range missiles. They're all going to flare out way before they reach you, aren't they? That's a shame. Are we actually catching up on you? We are. How are you slower than me? Might be able to get... Ooh! 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 That was actually some hits there, and a flame out. Oh, they're dead now. They are completely dead. I'll just continue closing in. This is going to be over momentarily. Their engines are kind of exploding. It's glorious. Let's just let this happen. Just let this happen. Oh, God. That was terrible for them. I feel really sorry. Just trying to run away like that while someone's literally firing laser beams up your exhaust port. It just sounds painful. It looks like we've got a chance to capture another ship, and it's the Anne Bonny's Rocket. Oh, that's amazing. It's the best name for a ship ever. Yep, okay, there's 10 life signs on board. Well, we will organise a boarding task force, and again, we will use the Crom Crack. That's, I don't know what language that is. It sounds like Welsh or something, but we'll use the D-Class Standard Combat Freighter. We could turn a tidy little profit if we were to sell it, but if it does explode, it's not very much money at all. It's nothing, really. I'm not concerned about losing it. So we'll use you. 10 life signs on board, so we're going to send over a full 20 crew, I think. We've got 40 kind of available. And we will do a hard dock and attack ship to ship. So there we go. And yeah, okay. Oh no, they got away. God damn it. The entrenched enemy forces are able to hold back your assault teams long enough to finish engine repairs and get away. Maybe we should have sent more people. Normally I want to do like a 3-to-1 ratio, but I worry about damaging the ship so much that it's unusable afterwards. Oh well. Okay, we lost 12 crew there. They lost 6. That doesn't really matter because they got away. We got 705 credits from the CPU cores. Let's pick up through some salvage. A couple of Vulcan cannons, supplies, fuel, all the usual good stuff. We're carrying a lot of metal at the moment. We will confirm and continue. So that's another chunk of experience. 8,250 experience for the crew, 7,500 experience for us, and they are running away with a single Lasher D. Relationship with hegemony improved by 3, currently at 67. We are very close to being welcoming. I don't know if it's 70 or 75, but it's got to be soon. And another 7,500 credit bounty. It would have been 10,000 if we'd got them, but no, it wasn't to be. Alright, let's head to Jengala. We've got lots of ships, lots of damage, not very many supplies. A pirate trade fleet with a single shuttle. Interesting. We're just going to let them go on their merry way. I'd love to try and capture it, but it would never happen. Oh, they're actually scared of me, obviously. Yeah, just, go away. I don't have time for you. Okay, well, we've had a very successful run here. We've got 3 destroyers now, plus the Hound class we're going to sell. That's a mercenary patrol. Are those pirate raiders? They're still... Yeah, that pirate armada is still around Jengala. But it looks to have been beaten down to nothing. Although, I mean, some of these hegemony trade fleets and patrols were much bigger. They are looking extremely weak, to be honest. That must have been some heavy fighting going on here. Where are the pirate raiders? They're just up there. What kind of condition are they in? Ooh, they've got a buffalo freighter. Tempting. Tempting. We might go after them next. But let's head to Jengala. Okay. So, can we repair everyone? Ah, no, hang on. Stop. Let's have a look at the fleet quickly. We want to enable repairs on both of these ships now. Okay, now, if we dock again, we're going to need 57 supplies, but most of that is going to be for the new destroyer, so I'm quite happy to pay that cost. It's going to be a lot less than it would be for buying a brand new destroyer, that's for sure. We've got 143,000 credits in the bank as well. That's amazing. Okay, we can just go nuts on supplies, really. We're going to use 57 to repair the ships. Let's actually just get a good chunk of supplies in. 8,000 credit outlay. That'll be more than enough, so we'll have a decent stockpile of supplies even after we've repaired everything. Plus, we've got a bunch of stuff to sell. I want to keep hold of that food for the next food crisis. But we can get rid of the heavy machinery. We can get rid of the metal. That's actually, yeah, that metal comes in at a decent price there. And for the time being, I'm going to keep these weapon systems. So there we go, $5,000, 5,000 credits out. We want to keep those weapon systems. We might need them to equip some of our new ships. So we will prepare ships there. Excellent. Okay. How many supplies does that leave us? 127. Perfect. That's a good amount. And we'll buy or sell ships because we want to get rid of you. So, let's have a look. 3,360 credits. Actually, that's... Yeah, you're really not worth very much at all. But, oh well. I'm sure it still was a good turnaround on price. So... I don't know. You are fully repaired. Maximum burn is 5. You can keep up with the fleet. That's the thing. You don't slow us down to keep you around. And you could be quite useful just, as a freebie ship. Just to use as a boarding vessel. We were going to get a shuttle, but we haven't found the right shuttle. I'm being picky about the shuttle I want to use. I mean, you're free. I think I'm actually going to keep them around. We paid to repair them. We get very little money for them. And, if we lose a 3,000 credit ship trying to board something, I don't think that's not such great a loss. If we lost, say, a 12,000 credit ship, that's a big loss. This, not so much. Let's just quickly look at the open market again. Yeah, they've got the Hermes shuttle. We wanted the Mercury shuttle, I believe it was. No interesting frigates here either. Plenty of destroyers, but now that we're rocking out with 3 destroyers, I think we're probably okay on that count. So actually, no, we're going to keep hold of that. Ignore everything I said previously. So, we actually are going to want to equip both of these ships now. Let's come out of this and go into the dockyard refitting facilities. So, our Hammerhead is doing quite nicely at the moment. We've actually got an extra ordnance point here. We could spend that on something. Let's put that into capacitors. We always run out of flux. Gets us an extra 200 flux there. And do we have... We were working towards something, weren't we? I can't remember what it was. Miniaturized capacitors. 100% more flux capacitors can be added. So, is that already in effect? Is there a hard cap on how many capacitors you can add to a ship? Or do we actually need to do a hull modification? Because I'm not seeing miniature capacitors anywhere. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm assuming it's just increase the amount of actual capacitors we can fit, which is always useful. You can fit an extra capacitor as well, and you can fit an extra capacitor. Everyone gets an extra capacitor. So let's look at you first. You should be nice and quick because we really don't care about you. You do have the shielded cargo hold, so that's useful if you wanted to try and smuggle anything. But you have degraded engines, so the maximum burn level is decreased by 3, which means your maximum burn level is the same as our destroyers. So that's actually quite good. You don't go any faster, but you're not slowing us down, hence why I'm willing to keep you around. And you've only got the 2 weapon slots, so you have a medium ballistic hardpoint and a small ballistic turret. Well, I think... what have we got? We've got a Vulcan cannon, or a light machine gun. This is all stuff we have in our hold, so it's not going to cost us anything. I think the Vulcan cannon would be the better choice there. Keep that in good use. I mean, unless there's anything else, like a dual Vulcan cannon. No, I think that makes sense. So that'll be good. They've got a little bit of defense. And what else could we put here? There is some interesting things we can actually put in here. Now, it's a medium slot, isn't that right? Yeah, medium ballistic hardpoint, so we can actually put something fairly big in here, like the hypervelocity driver, a specialized weapon designed to overload and disable enemy systems from afar. The high-velocity uranium slug is also effective against shields. That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds quite fun, really. And it would serve to keep them back. It's got a range of 1,000, so they wouldn't need to close with anything. If we were to use them in a fight, you know, that seems to make sense to me. We could also put a dual flak cannon. That wouldn't be very useful. Very limited fire arc. Heavy machine gun could be useful. Heavy mauler, interesting. An advanced meat weapon system designed to punch through armor plating at long range. Has a low rate of fire and a high per shot damage. DPS 250. That is quite interesting. These are all quite expensive options, but I suppose that does come to be the cost. Assault chain gun. That could be useful. I think that's what a lot of these are equipped with to start with. Okay, well I had to pause the recording there momentarily so I could have a coughing fit, which was lovely, and also had some time to think about it, and I think I'm actually going to go for the hypervelocity driver, a specialised weapon system designed to overload and disable enemy systems from afar. I think that sounds perfect, because we could use this as a pursuit vessel. It's still got a decent frigate speed, and with a range of 1,000, anything trying to run away from us would have a lot of trouble. The fact that it overloads and disables enemy systems, like engines, would seem to me that it would be great for actually stopping stuff from running away from us, like we were hoping to do with the shuttle, but I wasn't able to find a decent one. It's 4,290 credits, so this weapon system is actually more expensive than the ship itself, but we've got money at the moment. We have 137,000 credits, so I don't think that's a problem. I mean, we could put something in like the heavy mauler, which again has a very long range and good damage, but I think the ability to overload and disable enemy systems would be perfect if we ever use this in combat. I'm not really intending to because it's, you know, small and weak and defective, but anyway, I'm gonna sling that on there. So there we go, hypervelocity driver. That does use up most of its ordnance points. Do we want to add anything to this? Not really. I mean, we could give it blast doors for hull integrity and crew casualties. Does seem to be useful a lot of the time. That's only, yeah, if we put that on there, it's another 5, and everything else we want to just start spending on those, really. There we go. So, I think that works out okay. I think. If you think differently, please do tell me in the comments. Let's check the weapons group quickly. Yeah, that's all fine. But there we go, we'll go with that. Hypervelocity driver, we'll see how that works out on such a small ship. I mean, it literally is pretty much like a third the size of the ship itself. It's quite impressive. And yeah, it is going to be the fastest ship we've got with a top speed of 135, so that's not terrible. Obviously, its flux is very low, but it's a very small ship. Let's see, 175 flux per second. So about, yeah, almost 200 flux a second. So it could actually get a good 10 seconds of combat time out before it has to break away. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. It might be terrible, it might not. This it doesn't even have a shield, so. But hey, it was a free pickup craft. It's not, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Now, this is the ship I'm excited about, the Buffalo Mark II class port destroyer, the ISS Vanaheim. Again, awesome name. So we've got medium missile hardpoint at the front, we've got a small energy turret at the front, and a small energy hardpoint. So some kind of long-range energy weapon there. Missile hardpoints to the left and right, and ballistic turrets to the sides. Okay. Well, we do have some Vulcan cannons, which I think are probably the best for that slot. I mean, we've got a bunch of light machine guns, but they're not great. The Vulcan cannons, I think, would be pretty good, especially for flanking fighters or missiles. So we can put those in there. That costs us nothing. The small energy point here. This is where it gets interesting. We do have a single remaining tactical laser, but I think that works better in a turret. The IR pulse laser, however, might be the better choice. A flux-efficient infrared pulse laser which fires bolts of energy at medium range. An excellent weapon for prolonged bursts of fire. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, the tactical laser would work in that slot, but it's a consistent beam, and it probably doesn't work as well in such a narrow fire arc. You want something that fires in a bolt. We don't really have many options here. We'll try that. We'll try the IR pulse laser and see how that works out for us. The small energy turret, I think a tactical laser would be pretty good there. So that will give them quite long range at the front, backed up by the IR pulse laser when it gets in closer. I mean, we could put a PD laser there if we were worried about missile strikes. We can always change it around later on if we think we need to. But the Vulcan cannons will cover the front of the ship and the rear of the ship, so I'd rather something that had a bit more damage of capability. So we've got plenty of missile hardpoints now. Medium missile hardpoint here. This is probably the longest ranged one we've got, and I like the idea of keeping this ship back at long range. So this is a guided missile suited for long-range support by non-combat ships. A combat-rated autoloader system ensures continued usefulness in protracted engagements. It's a medium mount, does 95 DPS, high explosive damage at a range of 10,000 meters, doesn't use any flux. I think that sounds pretty good. The only other option would be a Reaper-class torpedo. Now this has much shorter range, but it does a lot more damage, 4,000 DPS. We've been on the receiving end of this a few times, and it's done, you know, just so much damage to us. I'm interested in using it on something, but I think we want to use that. We've got one in our cargo hold. It's the medium mount to on the medium slot, and it's very long range. This ship should stay at the back out of the fight. So there we go. That actually looks like that kicks ass, really. So the small missile hardpoints, what have we got? We don't actually have a lot in stock at the moment, but we can always buy stuff. So, I mean, Sabo SRMs, they could be useful. Salamander MRMs could also be quite useful. We don't have very many harpoons. Are there any harpoons for sale? There are. Medium range, high payload guided missile rack. And that does have the longest range, so if we want to keep this out of the fight at the rear, I definitely think we might be interested in that. Yeah, I think we're going to just load this ship up with long range missiles. So it'll have the Trapos. Ooh. A rack of advanced guided torpedoes on the black market. The payload is smaller than usual to make room for the guidance package. That's interesting. Does have quite a short range though. No, I think we'll go for the harpoons. We're just going to fit this out with a lot of harpoons. Not that harpoon. We want the other harpoons. We want the good harpoons, really. There we go. So, I wonder how much flux is that going to generate? Not very much. I mean, it's only got the two weapon systems, the IR pulse laser and the tactical laser, that will generate flux as I see it. So that's pretty good. Let's just sort out some weapon groups on this. So basically all the missiles are going to be on one weapons point. On one... on one weapons group. I did actually say the right thing. I don't know why I thought I didn't. We'll keep the Vulcan cannons at the back on auto-fire, obviously. The tactical laser at the front. Actually, I'll probably put that on auto-fire as well if we ever need it, just so it keeps shooting at stuff. In fact, we're going to set this up like I have the hammerhead. We're going to have control of the missiles if we're flying it. Everything else will just handle itself, which might work best. I think that's going to work out quite nice for us. So there we go. We might need to change up the missile launchers later. It might need some more close defense or something anti-fighter, but I do think that seems to me like a winning combination of long-range missile firepower. Let's see, what do we want to do? I think expanded missile racks, increase the ammo capacity of missile weapons by 75% is a given on this. If I could add that more than once, I would, honestly. Let's see, advanced turret gyros. It does have 3 turrets, so increase the turn rate of all turrets by 50% might help with accuracy. Armoured weapon mounts could be interesting. I think we're just going to go with blast doors again. Hull integrity by 20% seems pretty powerful. Now that does only leave us with 9 ordnance points left, so I'm going to put a couple of those into capacitors, so that's 3000 flux capacity, but bear in mind we generate very little flux on this ship. The rest of it will go into the vents, get rid of 155 every second. Yeah, I think it's best if we put it in, yeah, I think that will work out okay. So there we go, that's our brand new ship, looking pretty damn snazzy, if I don't mind saying so myself. So we've actually got a pretty strong fleet here. Now we just need to find something to kill with it. So, let's come out of that. Okay. And we can leave. Well, this episode has gotten quite long, so I'm going to call this here. Thank you very much for watching. Next episode, we're going to hunt more pirates. I mean, we've got the ships for it, we've got the firepower for it, let's just bloody do it. So, leave a like, leave a comment, feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!